Desire speaks in the language of vulnerability and trust. What we share in private defines the depth of our connection. True intimacy begins where judgment ends. The courage to reveal oneself creates the strongest bonds. Every action born of trust carries the weight of untold emotions. To share a moment of vulnerability is to say, I trust you with my truth. Exploring desire means navigating the spaces where words fail. There's beauty in bearing not just the body, but the soul. Trust is the canvas on which intimacy paints its masterpiece. When vulnerability meets acceptance, magic happens. Expressing oneself authentically is the highest form of freedom. In the presence of trust, even the deepest desires find respect. Connection grows when we honor each other's boundaries and truths. Sharing a private part of oneself requires courage and respect. The most meaningful actions stem from a place of mutual understanding. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's a gift we offer to someone we trust. Desires shared in honesty create spaces for deeper love and connection. Understanding each other's desires opens doors to empathy. The heart of intimacy lies in mutual respect and openness. Expressing desires is an act of trust, not just passion. Honest communication is the foundation of true intimacy. To be seen and accepted is one of life's greatest joys. Every connection deepens when nurtured with openness and trust. To express oneself fully is to embrace vulnerability as strength. Listening to each other's truths builds bridges of intimacy. When we trust enough to be vulnerable, we build unbreakable connections. True intimacy lies in the freedom to share without fear of judgment. The power of trust transforms desires into meaningful connections. A safe space allows for the truest expressions of self. Honesty in connection builds the foundation for lasting intimacy. To reveal one's thoughts is a gift of trust and connection. Empathy is born when we honor each other's deepest truths. When love meets vulnerability, it becomes unconditional. The beauty of connection lies in being wholly ourselves. Understanding each other's desires fosters deeper intimacy. A moment of honesty can create a lifetime of trust. True connection celebrates individuality within togetherness. Desire and trust walk hand in hand to create intimacy. Authenticity invites connection in its purest form. Expressing vulnerability is the ultimate act of courage. To be truly seen is to share your raw, unfiltered self. Connection thrives on the honest expression of one's desires. Acceptance of vulnerability is a doorway to deeper love. In the safety of trust, our truest selves can emerge. Intimacy begins where pretense ends and honesty begins. The courage to express oneself builds bridges of connection. Real connection grows when we honor our own and each other's truths. A safe space nurtures both vulnerability and desire. When openness meets respect, intimacy flourishes. Being vulnerable together creates unshakable bonds. To understand each other is to honor the complexity of desire. A meaningful connection is born from mutual trust and acceptance. True intimacy is the freedom to be completely oneself with another. Every shared truth strengthens the connection between souls. In the space of trust, desires transform into sacred connections. To honor one's vulnerability is to cherish the essence of who they are. The power of connection lies in the courage to be real. Mutual understanding transforms vulnerability into shared strength. Every act of openness plants seeds of deeper love and trust. When we embrace vulnerability, we invite intimacy to flourish. Honoring someone's vulnerability is the foundation of true connection. The rawness of truth creates the deepest bonds between souls. Real intimacy is the art of being unashamedly yourself with another. In trust, we find the courage to share our most private moments. Mutual respect transforms openness into an act of love. True connection allows space for vulnerability without fear. Every honest expression deepens the roots of intimacy. In the safe hands of trust, we can reveal our truest selves. The beauty of connection lies in the harmony between desire and respect. Intimacy is the freedom to be completely present with another. Every vulnerable moment shared strengthens the fabric of connection. The depth of a relationship is measured by its capacity for honesty. In the light of trust, even our shadows feel seen and understood. Vulnerability creates a bridge to the heart of another. Respecting each other's truths allows connection to flourish. The courage to reveal oneself is the spark that ignites intimacy. Every honest word brings us closer to understanding one another. The foundation of intimacy is built on trust, respect, and vulnerability. In the presence of trust, sharing our truths becomes an act of love. To honor vulnerability is to honor the essence of connection. When we're seen in our rawness, we feel truly alive. The beauty of trust is the permission it gives to be real. Openness invites the kind of intimacy that transcends boundaries. Real connection flourishes in the soil of shared truths. To share vulnerability is to trust someone with your heart. Every honest expression is an act of love and bravery. Connection is the result of embracing each other's authenticity. When we trust, we invite deeper understanding into our lives. True intimacy exists where there is respect for individuality. In the arms of trust, even silence feels intimate. The strength of a bond lies in the freedom to be unfiltered. Empathy grows in the light of shared vulnerability. The power of connection lies in the courage to share one's truth. In the space of trust, every part of you is accepted. Vulnerability transforms relationships into sacred connections. The depth of a relationship is reflected in its openness to truth. The beauty of connection lies in the honesty of shared moments. True intimacy requires both the courage to share and the grace to listen. Trust allows us to reveal the parts of ourselves we often hide. Every moment of vulnerability is an opportunity for connection. Honoring truth creates relationships that withstand time. In the freedom of trust, even the smallest moments feel profound. To reveal oneself fully is to embrace the depth of human connection. Intimacy is born when we feel seen and accepted for who we are. Every act of openness strengthens the bridge of understanding. The courage to express oneself creates relationships built to last. When trust is present, even silence feels full of meaning. Vulnerability isn't a weakness, but a window into the soul. True connection respects boundaries while honoring openness. To share vulnerability is to plant the seeds of deeper intimacy. In the presence of trust, desire becomes a language of connection. Empathy grows when we honor each other's most private truths. Sharing oneself fully is an invitation to a deeper bond. Respect transforms vulnerability into a powerful expression of love. The beauty of trust is the freedom it gives to share openly. When we're truly seen, every moment becomes sacred. Honesty is the key that unlocks the door to lasting intimacy. The essence of connection lies in mutual acceptance and understanding. In trust, we find the courage to be unapologetically ourselves. True intimacy blooms when openness meets unconditional acceptance. The strength of intimacy lies in the freedom to be raw and unguarded. True connection is born when we share our deepest truths with no fear. In the dance of vulnerability, we discover the beauty of authenticity. The heart of connection is built on the foundation of mutual understanding. Every shared truth is a step toward a deeper, more meaningful bond. To trust someone with your truth is to open the door to deeper love. When we reveal our desires, we create the space for mutual respect. Intimacy flourishes when we embrace each other's true selves without judgment. The truest form of connection comes from the courage to be vulnerable. Being fully seen by another is the most profound form of intimacy. When we are allowed to be real, we unlock the deepest connections. Honesty in connection nurtures the heart and soul of a relationship. Trust allows us to be our most authentic selves, and that's where intimacy grows. Vulnerability is a gift we give to others, and it deepens our shared connection.